I'm Hi, I'm Audrey. I'm an addict. Let me take a minute, get centered, and invite my God in. Because it's not important what I want to say, but what He want to say, and a clear message of Narcotics Anonymous. Thank you. So I just want to read something out the book, and it says, "Restore to dignity. I was never able to determine exactly where I belong, and I had difficulty relating to people. I lived in isolation. I was desperate to belong, to be accepted, and to have friends. I accepted that I was going to suffer whenever it was necessary to have drugs. I learned to exchange sex for drugs, shelter, food, and protection. Nothing else mattered. I was still shy, afraid, but as long as I had drugs and I could get loaded, I could lock myself up in my own little world where nothing could touch me. But that wasn't enough. Drugs or money to fill the huge hole or gap that I had built inside of me. And that's my story in a nutshell. So I'm from New Jersey, and I come from a real big family. And I'm the youngest of 8. And I have 5 brothers and 2 sisters. And I do say I'm a lot too. So, what I know is drugs don't discriminate. And my mother and father never used drugs. I've never seen them drink, smoke, but their addiction showed up in other ways. And that was abuse and domestic violence and other ways of harming each other. And like I said, I was the youngest. All of my brothers and sisters was in stair steps. It was 4 years between me and my older brother. And I was told all my life that I was a mistake. I was told all my life that I wasn't supposed to be here, and to sit back and shut up. And I was lucky to be here. In the process of being told that all my life, I never had a voice. So I never spoke up for myself, and what that did for me, it told me that I wasn't good enough to have a voice. It told me that I wasn't worthy, and it told me that I would never have any value. And so as I said, I lived in isolation. And I lived in isolation in a family of 10. And so I always felt out of place. And I never felt like I belonged. Like in that 4-year period, there was a separation between me and the rest of my brothers and sisters. So, me being the youngest, they didn't want to have anything to do with me. My mother and father was gone all the time, working to support us. We had all the material things that you could ask for, but there wasn't love. There wasn't kindness. There wasn't any kind of togetherness in my household. It looked good on the outside because we was always all put together. We was always dressed well. Our hair was always done. Baby, got some water? Yes. Always done. But as soon as that door shut, it was hell to pay. It was hell to pay. Thank you, appreciate you. it was hell to pay. Like I said, it was a lot of domestic violence. Like my father abused my mother real good. He abused us real good. And what I know is hurt people hurt people. And in the process of my father hurting my mother, my brothers began to hurt us. And how they showed that they were hurting us. I'm going to speak about me and not tell my sister's story. They began to abuse me. And how they abused me was I had two brothers that abused me sexually. And in the process of them abusing me, which was molestation, of course, one would tell me he loved me and that's why he was doing it. And I had one tell me he was going to fix me and that's why he was doing it. So now I'm confused about what love looks like, right? And this is just my story. So now I'm confused about what love looks like and how, people in your family are supposed to protect you. So we used to always just dream that, when I get of age, I'm going to leave and I'm going to have this life and I'm going to build this life of my own and it's just going to be perfect. And in that perfect life, I had all these dreams and aspirations that I was going to accomplish. And at the age of 13, I left home. And I left home on my own and never went back. And in the process of not going back, a 13-year-old girl on the streets on her own, meeting people older, meeting people use and abuse for whatever reason, that began to happen to me on the street. I just wanted to belong. I just wanted somebody to love me. I just wanted somebody to hold me. I just wanted somebody to take care of me and tell me that I was worthy of something. So meeting people on the street and not asking any questions of what that looks like, older gentlemen began to take me in. And taking me in and me not asking any questions and not having any voice, and just wanting them to care for me, I did what they told me to do, and that was, here, try this. So me smoking weed, okay. Me doing dope, which is cocaine, okay. So in the process of growing, I'm not asking questions. So next is, here, try this, which is heroin. In the process of trying heroin, instantly, it took all my pain away. Instantly, everything that had hurt me in my past had instantly went away. I didn't have to feel the pain, and I didn't have to see my brothers hurting me every day, because seeing that, I can still see that in my mind of the green velvet walls and them green, my mother's green comforter, plain as day, every day, every day. So when I chose to do heroin, I didn't have to think about that. So, of course, me being 13, 14, okay, this is going to do me justice. So that became my everything. I didn't need a family. I didn't need everything, anybody or anything else but that. I didn't want to do cocaine no more. I didn't want to smoke weed no more. I just wanted that. And I was willing to do everything and anything to get it. It didn't matter what you told me to do with my body. It didn't matter what I had to give up for one more. Because like I said, I don't have a voice, nor do I nor will I ask a question Or do I know how to ask a question? Right? Because my mother and father never taught me how to ask, what to do in the process of even teaching me anything, because they were busy working to feed us, and them telling me, I'm lucky to be here. I'm grateful that somebody has taken me in, not realizing that I'm giving me up in the process. And I just continue to use, and I continue to use, and the degradation and the despair, and I fell into this deep hole just wanting something other than drugs. But I didn't know how. I didn't know how to get out. I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't know, who to turn to. In the process of me using, my family never came to look for me. Why wouldn't they look for me? Why aren't they calling, asking about me? Because I'm damaged. In my mind, I'm damaged. They don't want me. They never did want me from that young little girl. So I continue, I'm no good, so why not? Pass me here, pass me there, pass me here. When I tell this story, the pain never lessens. Because I still see that little girl yearning for somebody to love her, for somebody to want her, right? And, but one day, I don't know how, I got a phone call. My sister told me my mom was dying. Okay, so she never did me no justice. Right? She died. Okay. No, you need to come. I don't have time to come. Me and the dope is good. You know what I'm saying? Why would I go back there? A moment of clarity. 2 weeks go by, a moment of clarity. Audrey, you need to go see your mom. That wasn't me, that was God. A moment of clarity, whatever. I go see my mom. My mom doesn't look anything like she used to. My mom is on her deathbed. I walk in like she has seen everybody. And my sister says, I got to run some errands. I'll be right back. No, don't leave me. She go to run the errands and I'm talking on the phone. I just got distracted, my bad. Anyway, she goes to run the errands, and I tell her, don't leave me. I don't know what to do with my mom. I don't know what to say to my mom. I'm talking on the phone, and I'm telling this girl that I'm talking to at the time, what am I supposed to do? What if my mom died? What if my mom died? And she's like, girl, stop playing. Your mom ain't going to die. I go over there, and I'm checking my mom. Go over here, and I'm talking. Go over there and check my mom. I'm talking, and I forget about my mom. Oh, shit. Sorry. Oh, my mom. I go check on my mom. My mom looks up at me, grabs my hand, and I grab her hand, and she takes her last breath. So now, I don't get to tell my mom that her pride and joy, her brothers, her sons molest me. I got my mom die in my arms. I got the disease of addiction. What do I do with that? I'm on a run again. So now it's just me. And the disease of addiction. And we on a run for 30 years. And the capacity that I have is a little bit of none. And the value that I have is none. I wanted something other than the drug of addiction. I knew inside of me that I had some kind of value because I knew there was a God. And a lady told me one time, God don't make junk. I don't know why, for some reason, I held on to that. Right? If nothing else didn't stick, that stuck with me. And I knew there was a God because this lady would come in the ghetto and come pick us up in the station wagon, and she'd take us all to church like 7 days a week and drop us off. And, so I knew there was a God, right? But why didn't God come help me? Why didn't God save me? I don't know. Was I worthy? Did I have any value, or was I just too damaged for him? So, anyway, 30 years later, me and the drug of addiction is just going, and I'm in that dark hole, and, I'm burnt. Like, I ain't got nothing left. Like, I'm done, and I'm in a car that can't move, ain't got no gas, and, I'm living across the street from my job, and I'm changing clothes out the trunk of my car, but in my mind, I'm good. Right? I got it going on. I'm good. I only got to walk to my job, And every day that I get high, I want to die. Like, I am planning my own death on a daily basis. And I would get as much dope as I could conjure up to plan my own death. And I would be so mad at God the next time that I would wake up from me going out. I would be so mad at God that he brought me back. Why? Why do you continue to do this to me? Like, what is it about me that I'm supposed to be here? Like, I know people die every day. Why not me? Couldn't figure it out. Planned my death. Wanted to commit suicide. Went out and woke up, and I say this every day. I heard this voice tell me as plain as day, if you get up and you leave everything that you know, your life could change. Your life can change. And we, not me, but we can do something different. I left that car. I left my clothes. I left the dope. I left everything that I knew. And I think I walked probably about 3.5 miles to a treatment center that I didn't even know if it was open, if they had a bed. Only thing that I knew is that I didn't want to get loaded anymore. I did not want to stick a needle in my neck, not one more time. And people say, I stick a needle here, stick a needle here. I stuck a needle everywhere I thought I could. You know what I'm saying? After a while, like, it don't work no more. Tell my story. It didn't work anymore for me. And I walked to that treatment center, and if you know anything about treatment centers, they tell you to come back for pre-med. Listen, I ain't got that in me. They had a bed for me that day, right? They had a bed for me. Right? And that wasn't me, that was God. That was that God that I was so mad, so angry that didn't come and save me. But see, it's not my time because I had to be done, right? Like, I had to be done, and God had to do what he had to do on his end and me fix my end right? So we could meet in the middle. And we met at that treatment center. And I've been clean ever since. And I just need to clarify something. That flyer say 14 years. I got 13 years. Just some honesty on board. I will have 14 years on June 17th. And that's it. And here's the thing. On my end, I will, and that's if God say the same, right? But in that treatment center, you know, you meet different people. You know, he talked about diversity. I don't do people. I live isolation all my life. So I'm on the outs looking in. I'm looking at you sideways. You know, I'm not talking to you. I'm not trying to get to know you. I don't even know why I'm there. I never, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to get voted. Right? And if they had something to offer me that would keep me from doing that thing one more time, like I was willing to stay one more day. And one day became 3 days, and 3 days became 5 days, and I was there for 30 days, and in that 30 days, they said, you ready to go? I said, no, not yet, not yet, right? But they said, you know, okay, well, we got somewhere else for you to go. You go to sober living. Yeah, because if I went back to where I used to live, I could trick you. Manipulation is good for an addict like me. You know what I'm saying? I went to sober living for a year and a half.
That's right.
A year and a half. I did everything treatment had to offer, right? I did everything sober living had to offer. Sober living saved my life. They introduced me to Narcotics Anonymous. I didn't know Narcotics Anonymous existed. I didn't know people could get clean.
That's right.
When I walked in the door, you guys didn't look like me, right? Addicts, I knew addicts that laid on the ground, you know, and we stepped over. I'm not like them people, but I was just like y'all. I am just like y'all. Let me rephrase that, right? And I've been in Narcotics Anonymous. Narcotics Anonymous has taught me how to live, like a new way of life, a life that I've never dreamed of. I have value. I am not that damaged little girl. That little girl has work to do, right? But she's not as damaged as she used to be, right? She has some value. Like, my dreams has come true in this program. Things that I never thought that I could accomplish, right? Like, I'm a real good person, right? Like, people like me. Like, I like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know my name. I never told nobody my name. When I first came in Narcotics Anonymous, I was True, I was Amir, I was this, I was that. And one day somebody said in the retreat, what do you want out of this program? I said, to be called my real name.
That's right.
That was my real self. Being able to say, I want to be me. Narcotics Anonymous has taught me how to be me. To live in my own skin and be comfortable, that's huge. What I know about this program, it's amazing. It changes lives. And we see miracles every day. If you're looking at me, you're looking at a miracle.
That's right.
Like, I'm a living miracle. I think I've tried to commit suicide at least 20, 30 times on a daily basis. But God had a better plan for me. And I don't know if it was to stand here and talk to you this day or to save my life that day. But what I do know about Narcotics Anonymous is anything is possible. Dreams do come true. Lives awaken. Like, I don't, you know, sometimes I still think, like, why me? Why do people ask me to speak? What do I have to say? Like, the disease is still real, right? And it's louder than that little voice that says, oh, you're good. You got a story. People want to listen to you. And that thing says, you still ain't nothing. But what I know is, like I said, God don't make junk. And we come to this program to change our life, and we come to this program so society could be better. You know, because right now I be out stealing somebody's stuff. But I don't know. What I do know is I'm so grateful that I didn't die. Because what I do know is that I would have killed the wrong person. Because the person that did them drugs, the person that did them drugs all her life, and the life that she lived in that family. And let me say this, and the brothers that molested her, I wish my brother's death. Narcotics Anonymous has taught me forgiveness. Right? Like, I forgive them and I blame them, and I have the best relationship with my brother that has harmed me. That wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Narcotics Anonymous. Right? I can't hold something against him because I'm sure he was harmed too. Right? And he didn't know what to do with that. But that doesn't make it right, nor does it make it right for me not to forgive him. And I forgive me for the people that I've harmed, because there are some people that I've harmed in my past. And I mean physically, not just mentally, not just emotionally, but physically. You know, Narcotics Anonymous is an amazing, amazing program. And if it wasn't for my God and that voice, I don't know where I would be. And what I've learned to do is listen. And I listen to the small voice and not the loud voice, because I know that small voice will get me where I need to be. And thank you for letting me share.